Hello everyone, I am at the HAL stall, a quite massive one like every year. And today we are starting with Swati. Swati will explain to us the Avro upgrade program. The mock cockpit is behind. There are some service users now exploring it. So Swati, thank you for your time. Uh, Crisp way, please tell me what it is all about.
Actually, we are going for the upgrade of complete Avro. So it is going to happen in two phases. The first phase is the avionic upgrade, in the which includes the radio systems as well as autopilot. So in that, four IDUs will be installed, and all analog old instruments will get replaced. Some obsolescence management will be done. In the second phase, we are going to re-engine it. Engine replacement will be done, and this is the cockpit which will look after the second phase.
So when is this going to take off, this particular program?
As per our plan right now, first phase is almost over. March we are going to fly, and the second phase will be after 3 years as per schedule.
All right, so that was a quick update. Now we have another youngster from HAL, Mukesh. Now Mukesh will tell about this system that has got huge maritime applications. Over to you, Mukesh.
Yeah, this is the mission management system that we are developing for the Dornier 228 aircraft. That is a maritime surveillance aircraft. So this system will be resulting in the fusion of data from different onboard sensors, and it will present the information in a digital way to the operator so that it can enhance the situational awareness.
So this is completely built in-house?
Yeah, this is completely built
By
out
which division?
by MCS RDC HAL.
All right, MCCHL. And now what is the status of this?
Status like we will be completing by this year end.
And then the flight test always.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Another youngster from HAL, Amar Singh, he will talk about the flight data recorder made in-house. Over to you, Amar, quickly.
Good afternoon. Flight data recorders are developed by HL Korwa. We developed flight data recorders for various platforms, all rotary as well as fixed wing aircraft. That recorder can record up to 25 hours of aircraft data and 2 hours of audio for each channel of pilot voice. This data is being used when the aircraft got crashed, and the data is used to find the crash investigation and analysis for the.
And how many aircraft now your in-house, whatever HAL has built, those FDRs are being fitted in how many aircraft now?
Presently, our developed FDRs are fitted in Jaguar, LCA, Su-30 MKI, LUH, and LUH we are already delivered. It's a prototype.
So before that, were we importing before that?
Earlier in Su-30, it was imported one that we form fit functional replacement we have given. More than 100 we have supplied, system we have supplied. Successful.
So that's a good news. We have started making things in India. Lot of components, lot of critical systems, all that are made in-house now. So that's the news, happy news emerging out of HAL. Let's go and find out more. At another youngster, Ramesh. Now Ramesh will talk about a very interesting system that is behind me, which manages all the weapon storage stuff. He will explain to us. What is this, Ramesh?
Actually, this is a equipment called solid state weapon control system. This is indigenously developed by Strategic Electronics Research and Design Center, Hyderabad, SLRDC, Hyderabad, sir. Actually, this system, initially there is a unit called Armament Management Unit in Jaguar aircraft. In order to replace the Jaguar aircraft, we have developed this solid state weapon control system, mainly used for management of weapon store available on the Jaguar aircraft. It mainly used for management of rockets.
Will this, now that you have the confidence, you have bought out in-house a system like this, similar systems will also get into other aircraft?
Yes, sir, definitely, sir. Once this is proved, already, sir, this is tested on the flight, and the flight trials has to be completed. As soon as it is completed, then this will be suitable for all other platforms as well.
Look at the confidence of these youngsters. Lot of the AC systems getting on board are air assets. That's a good news. Let's hit the next product. And finally, get to meet Group Captain Thakur. So let's hear from him what this is all about.
Thank you, Mr. Anand. What you see here is, which is the combat air teaming system. Air teaming is the way that soldiers fight, is the way that pilots fight. That means they fly in groups of 2s and 4s and 8s, and they take on the enemy. Perhaps the enemy also flies in a team. Now the world is transitioning to unmanned. Has already transitioned majorly, but we are going to fly in teams, and that requires a lot of autonomy to be there on unmanned machines. So the major work that has been done over the last 2 years is autonomy, concepts of teaming, and how to do air-to-air combat, air-to-ground combat, and air-to-sea combat. So what you see here on top is an advanced version of LCA, which is under development at HAL, which is called the Mothership for CATS Elements. It has an acronym, but nevertheless, Mothership is a good name. It's a two-seater which has a pilot in front and a weapon system operator at the rear. This is the command station for CATS Elements. At the bottom, what you see here is the big bird, which is called the CATS Warrior. CATS Warrior is a UCAV which is designed with the stealth in mind. It's a very, very low RCS bird. Every stealth feature has been incorporated. The engines are dug in, intakes are serpentine, weapons are in internal base, and the sensors are conformal. When that happens, the enemy's radar finds it very difficult to pick up this kind of a target and actually identify and track it. So it's a stealth bird powered and driven by autonomy through artificial intelligence. We've done over the last 2 years a lot of work on reinforcement learning, and these machines are quite smart. They are able to fly the entire mission autonomously. The idea is that the piloted aircraft will stay within the territory of our country or just inside the border on the other side and control these CATS elements who will be far ahead from them. These will fly in force, they will fly in a formation with full use of autonomy in mind. And they will execute the air-to-air combat first, followed by air-to-ground combat by firing their bombs on their respective targets. This is the major machine that we have created. The other one that has been done is the CATS Hunter, which you see, which is an aircraft payload underslung on the outer station. So this is going to be fired from the mothership, and the mission for this you call it a drone. This drone starts from the point it gets dropped, and from there it executes a mission for a long distance. After that, in case it has to carry out a hard kill, it goes ahead with the hard kill. Otherwise, it comes back to base, opens a parachute, comes and lands softly, and thereafter it is reused for the next mission. This is called CATS Hunter, which is actually a baby warrior. And the third asset that we have created is called CATS Alpha, which is Alpha for air-launched flexible asset. This executes a swarm attack. So what happens is, from the mothership, the Alpha pod is dropped. The pod glides for a long distance. Before it impacts the ground, it dispenses a lot of drones. These are the drones. They look like this. The wings open, the propellers open, and the fin opens. And thereafter, the motor starts and the drones fly. They first come in a swarm formation and they fly towards their target, carrying out a tactical navigation, keeping themselves safe from obstruction of the ground and EW. And thereafter they circle over the target or identify the targets from a distance and execute their attack on the target. There are multiple drones here. One is a hard kill drone, the other is a soft kill drone which goes and jams the emitters at the target. And because the distance is so large, there is a data link relay drone somewhere in between.
All right, so let me just ask you, very interesting, I would say it's a tech treat. So when will all this eventually come out? So now it's just the idea that is being launched, isn't it? So what kind of interest did the user show, the FO show?
So the idea was conceived quite some time back, and we are, I wouldn't say keeping abreast of the world, we are ahead of the curve, and we are ahead of most of the countries in this. This is a very advanced technology, and you will be surprised to know that we are ahead of the curve in many of the applications here. Now, Why it has been unveiled today? Because we are ready to take the challenge of showcasing it, the actual assets to the world. Let us say starting from 2021 onwards. What you will be seeing perhaps by the end of this year is scaled drones which will be flying together in formations, a lot of autonomy, drones which are capable of getting operationally inducted into service will also be visible to you. They will not be of this size because this size takes finite time to create. So they will be slightly smaller than this, but they will be able to execute operational tasks that Army, Air Force and Navy might be able to use in actual field operations. So starting from the first drone, they would be employable in service.
Very interesting. So finally, let me ask you, when will eventually all this concept get into the shape of a product, and when will we will be able to see it in full, whatever you have explained, with all these features embedded?
Yeah. So what is going to happen now is, because it is unveiled for the first time, now we are going to start evolving the meanest and the best operational use for each platform. So that evolution takes place during the D&D of the project. The D&D of the project may last 2 to 3 years, and the evolution will go parallelly. So what is the best machine for use by Air Force or by Navy or by Army? There will be some variants of that. So all the variants will be a continuous development, but I would say every year you will see something rolling out from the stables of HAL.
Yeah, so every year something will be rolling out of the stables of HAL. Very, very exciting time. As he said, lot of work have happened in the past. Lot of work happening. Maybe we are seeing it for the first time, hearing in detail for the first time. We will keep a close watch on this program as and when we will be able to report something. So that is an inspiring take from HAL's hangar today on day 2 of Aero India. Signing off, and before that, let me hand over Hamara Tejas.